everyone, today I've got your Dark Skies movie review. This is by the makers of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. So I was, I always usually see those two movies being thrown around whenever it comes to the newest and latest horror movies. So, I'm a huge horror movie buff, but the real twist in this movie was that it had nothing to do with ghosts. It was alien. I really like that concept, first of all, because I've never seen a sort of haunted alien movie since, I guess, Signs, and that was probably one of my favorite movies at the time, and I really liked the whole suspenseful aspect about that. And the same thing goes for this movie, where there was definitely a lot of suspense, a lot of really frightening, terrifying moments, and I really was on the edge of my seat when it came to those certain moments throughout the film. This movie stars Kerry Russell, who plays a wife and a mother of this supposedly normal family, just ordinary family. There's nothing really too special about them, except that is until strange things start to happen around their house, and it doesn't seem to be happening to any of their neighbors or friends, and people start to notice that, something's just not right. There's some strange incidences where, actually, one of the few, terrifying parts was where the kids get really susceptible, and, that's not surprising, because that's usually what happens when there's a being that nobody else can really see, but yet kids are always the ones that are more susceptible to them, and they can be affected more severely. So it starts to happen to the youngest son. There's two kids, two boys, and the youngest is just always, there's something always happening to him, and there are moments when, where the paranormal activity aspect comes in is the part that happened in the kitchen, where there's, all these items in the kitchen just go topsy-turvy, and it actually freaked Kerry Russell out, her character. I was definitely freaked out, too, because that was, that one scene in Paranormal Activity 2. You guys know what I'm talking about. This movie was really dark and really terrifying, so a lot of the action seemed to happen at night. They invest in getting a security system and one of those cameras, surveillance. Yeah, I start to get freaked out by those because somebody's definitely watching, and that means something is also going to be happening too. All hell just breaks loose. It just actually starts to get a little too weird. There's a moment also in the movie that I didn't get too freaked out about. It just kind of took me by surprise, where all these birds start to sort of committing suicide against their house, just hundreds of birds, and the next day you have these guys in biological suits coming in and cleaning up the mess, because it's crazy. I wonder what the neighbors must think. They must think that this family's got something going on, in their heads or something. There are some things that happen inside their heads. Aliens are controlling them, probing them. I don't know. Maybe not probing them, you don't actually see it, but they're inside their minds. And that also reminded me of when I was watching Independence Day, the whole telepathy thing. Also with the host too, it's kind of like that. Say this movie definitely, it's actually pretty not too long of a movie. And I wouldn't say that it was fast-paced, but there were some parts that felt like they were just going on forever, and other times where oh, now it's the action, it's coming up, and that just really got me interested. My screen the whole time. It was ridiculous. A lot of strange things, and more strange things start to happen. The husband and wife, they meet this guy who apparently is a UFO alien expert. J.K. Simmons, you know who he is. He's pretty awesome. He's kind of the loony guy, but he's also intelligent because he has information. He's picked up newspaper clippings. He has books full of information, instances, and photographs everywhere. It's kind of cool to see him in the film shine a light of on what's happening. And apparently there are these 3 aliens that are invading their house. We don't get to see them until the end, or close to the end, and definitely it gets pretty freaky. And I actually did jump a couple times. I've probably never been so scared about aliens in my life. I've always been fascinated by aliens too. I mean, I don't know if they exist or not. Definitely kind of cool. If you think about it, like, oh, is there intelligent life out? But I mean, are they really that intelligent to just start kidnapping children? I mean, really, what do they need them for? Breeding? Like with the Fourth Kind too, like that's another alien abduction type movie in regards to, like, you know, questioning like why do they abduct people? Like, seriously, it's not even funny. Family social lives just going down the drain. One of the kids like wants to like have his girlfriend or whatever and can't even like talk to people without like blacking out, or just like not even saying anything, waking up in the middle of the night, or even like having mysterious bruises on you, and people start to question like, is this person getting abused? Family starts to sort of fall apart because of this incident, and you know, they just want it to stop. It's definitely like one of the saddest parts, but I mean, it's not too sad, it's just kind of intense. Overall, I thought this movie was pretty terrifying. It was really suspenseful and dark, and definitely exceeded my expectations as far as a sort of like horror sci-fi movie goes. And you know, I'm just a huge fan of alien movies in general, so I thought that this definitely raised the bar and was just really awesome. So if you guys have seen Dark Skies, let me know in the comments what you guys think of it. I would recommend seeing this movie if you haven't. Definitely check it out. If you didn't like this movie, what is your favorite alien movie? And you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Child Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys later.